ass. Bring it Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Monday, and we'll bang it out.
Yeah, all right, good.
And you know the long like horse pinstripe brush with the little wood stick, get like 10 of them. I think they're like 30 bucks each. So by the end of the day, you should be about wrapped up with that one and then on to the silver truck. Just want to get that thing the fuck out of here. Hey guys, welcome back. Episode 3, Nostalgia Hot Rods. Take you on a quick shop tour of what we got going on and updates around the shop. Guys, on this episode, I'm gonna go over a couple of our main builds and take you on a quick shop tour to just show you a couple updates. Also on this episode, I'm gonna introduce you to some of my guys. So since we're up front in the showroom and the Apache's sitting here, in the last 30 days, there's been a lot of progress on the Apache. So let's go over it. So on the last episode, we were body working the firewall, engine bay panels, and dash. So within 30 days, we've got the frame fully painted and assembled. Motor, transmission fully painted and assembled. The blower is in the paint booth right now being sprayed. So to kind of show you what we got going on here, cab sitting on chassis, doors back on, bed installed. We're gonna just start assembling the rest of the truck this week, and I hope by Friday this week we have the entire front end of the truck installed. Got the wheels patinaed. Travis Dieter did all the patinaing on the wheels and a couple little touch-ups on the truck, but to kind of explain what patina is, it's just the original paint on the truck, the last 50 years of it falling off, rotting away, the truck being used as a truck. So that's what patina is. The only couple little things we did is in the doors, because we did gap the doors, how we always gap doors. So Travis came in and made the patina that we grinded off look like it's always been there. So he did a bang up job. This truck's gonna be cool, man. We got reclaimed bedwood going in for bedwood, and this old 50s style gas cap that's fully patinaed going in the bed. And then the inside's gonna be all brand new leather and suede, all dark brown and light browns. So from the outside, it's gonna look like an old piece of shit, but on the inside, it's gonna be like a brand new truck, also making around 1,000 horsepower. So this Apache is also sitting on a Roadster Shop chassis. And some people don't understand what that means, right? So you have a new modern chassis on airbags that Lay's frame, of course, gives you the stance, but also the performance. Front and rear sway bars. The air management is AccuAir and at full leveling sensors. On bare brakes, 14-inch cross-drilled and slotted rotors. So not just looking like an old patina truck, this thing's gonna run and perform like a new modern day car. So, and plus with we got air conditioning seats going in it, big air conditioning system from Vintage Air, power steering, power brakes. So full modern, just looks old and rusty, but the underside looks like a brand new vehicle. All right guys, follow me. We're gonna head into the shop just to give you a quick update of what's going on in the back. All right guys, I think last time you guys were here, we were just setting the cab on this thing. Front end wasn't even installed, another 59 Apache. Getting the doors all squared up, getting the bed on it. Now getting bedwood test fitted, tailgate. Yeah, just getting everything prepped to go over to body and paint. Bring you over to the 54 Chevy. Metal work is about 95% done on this. Again, this is sitting on one of our chassis, LS3 supercharged Magnuson 6-speed auto. Getting the hood fitted, finishing up the front end. We're hoping by the end of the week this one goes over to body and paint, and the next time you guys come in, I hope we have it in primer, and the time after that it should be painted. Getting to the 65 Corvette. Again, the last time you guys were here, I think we were just pulling this thing apart. We got one of our Nostalgia Hot Rod chassis going underneath it now, sitting here on the jig table. We got floors being built for it. Steve's doing that the other end of the shop. So we're getting everything mocked up to drop the body on. One thing here at Nostalgia Hot Rods, we do everything in-house, right? And people go, well, what's that mean? Well, we do sheet metal fabrication, chassis fabrication, body and paint, interior, but we also do our carbon fiber and fiberglass work. Let me show you this. So this is a process, right? Like carbon fiber, it is a process, a lot of sanding to get it flat and to make it look good. So this is a step that we're in where we're blocking it and getting all the resin flat. But after it's cleared, it'll look like this. So as you can see, like something that looks shitty 5 seconds ago, after you clear it, it'll look amazing, right? And we have a guy in-house, his name's Steve Dew. He's from France. He does all of our carbon fiber in-house. Okay guys, we're here on the finish side, just checking out some of the cars that are just about to cross the finish line. This will be number 5 and 6 for the year finished. And we're only a couple months away from finishing both of them. Actually, not even a couple months, man. Probably 3 weeks on this and maybe 1 month on the F100. So let's jump into the Camaro. This is what we got going on. Justin is finishing up all the interior fab. They will be wrapping panels later this week. TMI hooked us up with a set of front seats and rear bench seat for this thing, running Fessler door panels, quarter panels, and center console, and then with a mix of our own fab. It'll be a black leather, black suede, burgundy stitch. I'm hoping to have this thing done. I told the customer to come pick it up in the next 3 weeks, so I gotta hurry up. As you can see though, man, we got everything dialed in. Bodies all put together, front valance put together. Got that triple bronze on all like the original chrome accent pieces, if you will. We're gonna black out the front of those marker lights too, because they jump out crazy. We'll pull it back out and get them blacked out. Engine bay, almost 100% dialed. Couple more panels to finish up. Really the only reason these aren't in yet is I'd like to go test drive and do all that before I put all the finishing panels on. Built this cool little strut tower brace off the Schwartz chassis. You know, I get it, it's not off-road style where it's straight and 90s and no bends, but we had to make it this way to go up and around the motor, under the throttle body. I think it's gonna look really good when it's all painted triple bronze. Got the Fessler fresh mount glass in there and rear glass. This thing should be a blast, man. It's got a 427 stroked LS3 or LSX, if you will. Tremec T56. Car should produce somewhere around 700 horsepower range. We'll see. We'll get it on the dyno in the next couple weeks. We already got it running. Just working out all the little small bugs and finishing up the upholstery. Moving on over to the F100, 1956 F100. I know in the first video I said I was going to be done with this truck in April. Well, I lied. I failed miserably. This is for a good customer of mine, Cameron Montgomery. It's for his birthday, but man, how much custom work is in this truck with handmade steps, handmade rear fenders, handmade bedsides, handmade engine bay, floors, tunnel, just everything, bed panels. Man, we pushed hard, but we missed the date. But we are wiring it right now. We should have this thing running, I'm hoping, by next week, and then onto upholstery. We've already started working on some of the upholstery panels already. So I'm hoping in the next 30, maybe 45 days, this one is being delivered to Cameron. Kind of show you what we got going on here, man. You know, there's a lot of 56 F100s out there, right? I mean, Fat Fender builds a lot of them, right? As you can see, this one still has a 427 small block Ford in it. Customer wanted to keep it that way and not go with a new 5.0. So we did this, and I mean, I like it, keeping it kind of nostalgic. We complemented chassis colors with exterior colors off of the interior, so the interior will be a light cream and a dark brown. Yeah, it's gonna be a badass truck, man. And you know, I think one big thing with the F100s, right? Like, so you have, you know, a lot of F100s that lay on the ground, right? But this thing, man, it lays front roll pan, it lays rear step, or rear of front fender, rear of step, and rear fender. We made it lay completely flat on the ground by extending the front fenders, changing the pitch of the front fenders, which created a whole bunch of work on the hood. You know, there's so much custom fab work to this thing. We're just trying to separate it apart from all the other 56 F100s that are being built right now. And you know, they're all similar tastes, right? They all kind of look the same, but a couple little things that we did to kind of change it up. Let me show you the bed, man. Of course, the bed wood's not in at the moment. So we did all these custom panels on the inside, kind of like we do an engine bay. We did the rear of the truck this way as well. So when the bed wood is sitting on here, it'll come, you know, a ½ inch over this lip, if you will, so you won't see any of the fasteners. But so when the bed opens up, you'll just see the inner panels and a finished frame, and hard lines for air lines and hard lines for fuel lines. And yeah, man, I just something a little bit different. I've never seen a bed paneled out the way we did this one. I try to match the front to the rear and keep it cohesive all the way around. So this truck's going to be cool, man. And the guy that built the motors used to build NASCAR motors. I forget his name, but the thing should rip, man. And it was a 351 Windsor, bored and stroked to a 427 cube. This thing should sound really good. 3-inch stainless exhaust, MagnaFlows, Willwoods, Phytech, man. Phytech fuel injection, fuel system. Mike over there, dude, hooked us up. We've been doing a lot of work together, killing it. So yeah, man, this is the Ford. Just want to go back on what I said earlier about without hitting this deadline. You can't rush the quality and the craftsmanship of what it takes to build one of these. Oh, I'd like you guys, leave a comment, whatever. Next time you're at a car show and you see an F100, please take a look at like when they pop the bed open, or because there's a lot, that the bed's open. See if the panels are done this way. I mean, check out even on the body line and the step, right? Like these are fully handmade steps with a handmade rear fender, right? I mean, just the detail work that goes into the finished product just takes time. And that's where you get, 11, 12, 13 months in a build, or some are 24 months in a build, And without my crew, right? Like none of this is possible, and I have the most solid crew in the industry. We hired another guy yesterday in body and paint, and I think we're up to 18 or 19 guys now, and we just, all of us together as a team, we see things a little bit different. We're able to knock out 12 builds a year. I'm sure by SEMA, by November, this is number 5 and 6. I'm sure by SEMA we'll be on number 10. And in fact, we got work out here all to put us all the way to 2026. I got cars showing up, and we're very blessed on what we got going on. But what I'm trying to go after is the time factor. Like I know we try to hit deadlines for our clients, but some things just can't be rushed, and especially when you're getting to this level, to cut corners or not do things the way you see them, it's stupid at this point, right? Like they can wait another 2 months. It's been a year, So I just wanted to touch base on that, because there's so many people that call me or message on the Instagram of like, hey man, what takes so long on a build? Why does this F100, why does that Camaro take a year and a half to build? Well, the craftsmanship, the handmade sheet metal fabrication, to make paint look like this and to be flat, it all takes time. And there's only some shops out there, or there's some shops out there that are vehicle specific, right? There's some shops that only build trucks or build Camaros or build Corvettes, right? Man, you can walk around, there's 18 builds here that are, every single car is different. Yes, we have 2 Camaros here. We do build a lot of Camaros, and a lot of Corvettes, but we are well-rounded. It takes time to even come up with the design of a car that you've never built before, and you got to change it up and make it look like if that's how the factory would have done it if they were a pro touring car back in the 60s or the 70s. So we just have a real well-rounded group of guys that work at Nostalgia Hot Rods. Man, we put them together and it all comes together and they look cohesive, and sometimes my clients give me suggestions on which way to go, and I don't listen to them, and we do it our way, right? So just wanted to touch base on that. And also, talking about the 18 guys that work here, man, I want to introduce you to some of my crew that helps me run the shop, because without my guys, none of this is possible. You can't build 17 cars or whatever at a time, or finish 12 in a year by yourself. So you gotta have these talented, well-rounded guys.
Hey guys, this is George Rodriguez over at Nostalgia Hot Rods. I'm a fabricator, sheet metal specialist. I pretty much start the vehicles when they first come in, break them down, get them all ready, get the design where it needs to go, and from there we start building. Came from an automation background, doing high-end installs in multi-million-dollar homes. Always had a passion for vehicles, grew up household. Obviously, just like everybody else out there, holding the flashlight for your grandpa, getting yelled at, things getting thrown at you. Started at a young age and started building my own vehicles. Got into mini truckins, where I started everything at, and from there just kind of progressed. Built hot rods on my own, built full customs, currently building Volkswagens now. So known Dustin for about 25 years. It's something we've always talked about, me coming on board. I always felt at one point in my life where I wasn't at that level to do what we do here. So just kind of kept going with things, continued to build my resume with my automation background, and finally had the chance to get into the shop. Dustin and I ran over some things, made a deal, and here I am. When everything's all said and done, we close down the shop, There's nothing like, you know, just looking back at what you did for the day, you know, like, hey, that might have taken me 8 hours, but that engine bay's done. When the car is going through the process, you're starting with fabrication, you're looking at everything in a bare metal sense, okay? And when it starts taking shape and color starting to go on it, and as a builder, you look back at something that you did and you're like, wow, that's, you know, I did that, but I might have did that with my team as well, you know? But at the end of the day, the satisfaction is, I mean, you can't really put a price on that. It is what it is, you know? It's, these people are spending a lot of money and we're just trying to make their dreams come true.
My name's Jared, here at Nostalgia Hot Rods. I've been here about 5 years. I do a little bit of everything around here, basically wherever they need me. Fabrication, I do the body work, anything like that. Frames, stand around, look good, whatever Dustin needs me to do, so. Never been really like a go fast kind of a guy, high horsepower and stuff. I've always been like low and slow, looking sleek, that kind of stuff. So that's, yeah, passion wise, that's I like a good looking car. One thing I do on my personal builds and stuff to get a lot of like inspiration, I'll just get on YouTube, start watching videos of other guys' builds, things like that, and it kind of like pumps me up. Like, all right, I'm gonna get out in the garage and I'm gonna start doing this, start doing that. For instance, one of my big personal projects right now is, it's actually a 93 GMC Sonoma, little mini truck. I've been building for a couple years now, and like I said, it's a mini truck, but I'm doing like a different twist on it. I'm kind of doing like a hot rod style mini truck, involved with a lot of like C10 stuff, which is basically kind of what we do here at Nostalgia Hot Rods, with obviously the hot rods and street rods, and then getting into the trucks and C10s and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like trying to involve that part of it into the mini truck part of it, trying to do something a little bit different. One thing good about working here at Nostalgia Hot Rods is being open to a lot of different builds and stuff like that, like the Camaros and the C10s and stuff like that. Like I was saying, I'm involving that into the mini truck stuff. And you know, mini truckers and stuff, they've been doing a lot of certain things a certain way for a long time now, but doing hot rods and street rods and stuff like that, especially here at Nostalgia, I guess we're opening a bigger door. We're doing a lot of different things with a lot of like paneling and bead rolling and things like that. It's nice being able to kind of like use those influences and putting it into my personal project, like my mini truck and stuff like that, doing the tub work and bead rolling and things like that. As of here at Nostalgia, big thing that I've been working on lately, I've been in the fabrication department doing a 54 Chevy Bel Air convertible for our big customer, Vegas Mike. It was a car that he had done years ago, and it just is kind of getting a refresh basically. So it came to us, stripped it all the way down how we normally do, and I've been doing like the metal fab, fixing stuff. He wanted certain things changed, new grill. It had like French headlights, French taillights, but they needed to be fixed. It was done a long time ago with not so good work done. So we've been kind of doing that, putting new trunk floor. We built a full new chassis for it, air ride. It's got an LS-based motor with the supercharger on it. I want to say I've been working on it. It's been a while now. I want to say maybe 6 months now. And today is probably going to be the last day of fabrication. So I'm kind of buttoning up the last couple things right now, and then it's going to go over to the paint department, and then they're going to start doing their thing with it. I could say it's been almost every day for the past 6 months, Monday through Friday. So it's been a lot of, it's harder. This is one thing that a lot of people don't understand, that you can get a car that's in perfect condition and you could do your custom stuff to it. But what's really hard is when you got to take something that's already been worked on and screwed up in some aspects and try to fix that kind of stuff. In my eyes, that's what makes a real fabricator, is when you can fix other people's mess ups. So, and that's kind of what we've been doing. Not saying it was messed up, but it needed some updating, so.
So guys, my name is Freddy Castillo. I'm the lead painter right here at Nostalgia Hot Rods. This industry right here is different to the different kind of like paint jobs. This one right here involves like art, thinking about what we're gonna do before we even start. We have to come up with a plan, so that way we try to do it as smooth as we can. Of course, sometimes it doesn't happen. Most of the time it doesn't happen, so we try to plan and then you just work as a team, everybody right here, you know, try to do the best we can. Got a lot of experience doing this kind of stuff. We do like a lot of custom paint jobs, right? Like candies. We do like whatever the customer want, that's what we do. Since metal till when the car's color sanded and buffed, there's where we take it, and there's of course the rest of the teams. They're really good people right here too. So when it comes to like body, prep, paint, color sand, and buff, that's what we do. But yeah, it's beautiful. Once the car is done, it looks good, but it involves a lot of hours. It's like already, the metal is already done. We take it from there, just make sure everything is gapped, everything, like all the doors aligned good, open and closes it, everything. We put it like it has to be like corrosion free, so we have to epoxy primer it, start right there, and doing the body work, just make sure all the lines are going to match the rest of the car. From there to the primer, like we have to prep the car. Sometimes we prime the car like 2 times, 3 times, even 4 times, whatever it takes. So from there to the spray booth, we have to make sure the car is good 100%, because some of these paint jobs we cannot go back and respray nothing, because some are like candies you cannot go back and do your blends. It has to be 100%. So we have to make sure the car is prepped right before we paint it, and once it's painted, it has to be 100%. Now color sand and buff, that's another process. We have to make sure like the guys are cutting it with, we got like special blocks, we make our own blocks, cut it, color sand it, buff it, and then that's it. This guy just take over and then put the whole car together. So when it comes to wet sanding a car, before we buff the car, we have to go like start with 800. The reason why we start with 800, because that cuts really good, get rid of all the orange peel, all the imperfections, like if you have any dirt or whatever, and then make the panel very straight. After that, you have to get rid of those scratches. We come back with that 1000 grade. Well, we use water, because the water, it doesn't clog the sandpaper. The water gets rid of all the clear left over on your sandpaper. So we do that. That's the 1000, and we come back. We do that 1500, which is almost very fine. You can even buff over that, but we can go more. We normally go all the way to 3000 grade, which is like the finest sandpaper you can get. And then after that, it looks almost shiny. So all we have to do is just compound the car. We do like a 5 steps process. The brand is Visitors. We bring it from Germany. So far, it's the best compounds we ever use right here. I use a lot of compounds. I use like every single brand, but that one right there is really good. And then it's a 5-step process. I know it takes long, but the results are really beautiful when we finish a car. So I got a personal, opinion about Nostalgia Hot Rods. I used to have my shop, and I started painting for Dustin on my shop. He used to have a little shop. So when I closed the shop, I got more options, but I picked Nostalgia Hot Rods because of the builds and the team. The team right here is really good. Everybody knows what they're doing. They got the right tools to do whatever it takes. Of course, Dustin, he just, he's good. He born in that shop, so he knows what he's doing. And then for me, yeah, every year we go to SEMA show, we go to the biggest car shows, we go to, sell cars on Barry Jackson, whatever. So the reputation of the shop is really good. That's why I'm here. I got more options to go anywhere else, but I prefer right here because I like it. I like the team, I like the environment. I have to drive like 1 hour a day from here to my house, but I still can do it because I like it.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you back next episode. Remember, hit that like, subscribe, and comment button, and we'll try to get back to any of the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.
Take that out on your mom later.